I have to help them out. And as I say, the Batu Pahat public was so good that when we had a kind of open day, do you know, strangers would come in bringing pots of curry, you know, even satay from Sri Garden. You know the satay, the one that they carry on the sea? Okay, satay and pots of food for the same. So I am very grateful to all of them who had helped us. And another thing is, I would like to say this because I think it meant a lot. Mr. Chu Seng Leong, you know the daughter, the Rosie, who is having the travels. He helped me a lot because when we were moving from Tan Sri Ho's garages and storeroom, I had to ask him for help. The school was ready. We had no furniture. And would you believe it, the furniture that some of the children sat on, they were from Malacca Convent, where I was from. Long desks and benches, and they were heavy. But I told Mr. Seng Leong, I don't know how to go across the road. I can bring the children over, but I won't be able to carry the chairs and the desks because my children are so small, so young. I said, imagine one from standard 1 to standard 3, you know how old. And so he said, okay, Ramlah, you don't worry, I'll see what I can do, he said. That was how wonderful he was, you know. And before I knew it, a lorry came into the driveway. And whom did I see? Mr. Seng Leong driving the lorry. Yes. And he carried every desk and bench from the 3 classes on his own onto the lorry. And then drove to the new school and brought them all down to all the 3 classes. So I'm very, very grateful. Last time when I met Rosie, I told Rosie about it. I said, I'm very grateful to your father. So with all the help that I had, we survived. And when I was living in the classroom, the first time we had no light, we just had water. So one day the technical assistant came from Tenaga. And he said, how is that, Cik Ramlah, you're living here already? I said, yes, people like you don't want to help me. What can I do? I said. And you know the substation is just near the road there. I said, if you want to connect the light, it's very easy for you to do so. I said, no. She said, don't worry, I'll do it now. So you see, I had all the help that I could get from people in Batu Pahat. And I suppose that's why I stayed back in Batu Pahat, because of the people who really cared for the school. And they cared so much about the school that they were willing to help me in any way. You know, I'm talking about my earlier days. Of course, some of you would know about it, you know, but this is what I went through. And so, later when we had our lights, that was okay. But one night, another ghost. You know, beside this, we were surrounded by estate, farm, right? We had no fencing, we had no telephone. One night, Esther and I suddenly heard a scream from nowhere, from the empty land, you know, in the estate there. And we thought what it was, so we thought some animal or something. We went out to see. But do you know, there was nothing. What we did was, we opened our door, not locking our door. We just ran out and ran all the way to near the police station, because I had a friend, one of the parents there, near the police station there. arrived at her doorstep and she said, "What's the matter with both of you? You look so white," she said, you know. So we told her. So she gave us, this is what kindness is, you know. She gave us food, she gave us dinner. He said, both of you come and eat first, and then I'll send you back. And then she had a father, an old man, no, whom we call Atta. And she said, "I asked Atta to take you back and let Atta stay in school with you." So we took the old man back, he and his panah panjang, brought to the school, and I put him downstairs, one of the classrooms, and we stayed upstairs. And that was the thing. I suppose that was the last ghost story that I can tell you now. But I seem to be seeing things, you know, and hearing things. When I was in Muar Convent, the same thing. I saw two fingers, as I was correcting my books, I saw two fingers with what you call the cigarette lighter. Just between, I only saw the two fingers and the cigarette. I was with a friend, you know, she was correcting her books. This is in Muar Convent. She was correcting, I was correcting. Suddenly I saw this, you know. So what I did was I packed all my things and went back to the bedroom. Suddenly, she came in. She said, "Rom, what did you see?" So I told her what I saw. She said, "I too saw, you know." So that was proven that there was something going on, I thought, you know. I mean, I wasn't just telling stories, it happened, you know. So that was the end of my story. I hope you are not bored. Anyway, before I end, I would like to thank each and every one of you for this lovely evening. I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure there's so much work behind it, especially the organizers, and I can never thank you enough. I said, I love you all. Good night.